Okay, so I wanted to do a wrap up for day whatever this is. Let's see, we started on the 27th, so 1, 2, 3, 4, wrap up of day 5. I didn't get a lot of level stuff done because I kind of got sidetracked with fixing the purchase buttons, which was important, but it took some trial and error. And then I also spent some time trying to figure out the, not figure out, but how to best use some of the action items and using the linker modes. So I'll talk about that a little bit here. So starting off, we got the game. I put these coins here on the start screen just to give me a little bit of money, and so I can show what exactly I was talking about with fixing the menu items. So here, and I posted another video about this, and it's also on the YouTube channel. So I won't go in depth, but basically I wanted to have these numbers show up underneath, so when I buy something here, I can get immediate feedback and know exactly how many I have in inventory. You would think that was very simple. It's actually not as intuitive as you think it would be. But I got it working, and you can also go, and then I also wanted to fix the shop buttons so that you could immediately, so the kind of the user flow for buying a coin pack, if you went and bought 1,000 coins, they're immediately going to come back to this page. I'm hoping it needs to be tested, but I'm hoping that the balance here is going to be updated immediately. This is a simple just a text item that goes to coins amount, so coins balance basically is what that is. Probably a better word for it. And then they can immediately come down here and start buying stuff with the coins they just purchased. I mean, that's the goal here. And then they can use these back in the game to make it to the end, so to get as far as they can. So that's the point of the game, right? So I'm going to go ahead and buy a bunch of this stuff, and let's see, we'll just do 10, 10, and 10. So we got 10 of everything. We can see it in the shop. Our balance is 0 in both places. So tested all that. Excuse me, fighting a bit of a cold here too. All right, so we got all that. We'll go back to, I should have hit continue, but so I could have hit tap to continue here. This takes you to the menu, and then, or you can just restart the level here. So now I've got, I'm going to go over these. I need to change the layout down here. It needs to be the red to match this side. So I need kill all to be to the left. So I'll go back and change that later. But kill all needs to be over here. Invincibility needs to be here. Either way, this is how kill all works. You click this button and all the triangles on the page die. Again, triangles are bad. Triangles are the enemies. So if I do a kill all enemies, it's going to kill all the triangles. It's going to get rid of all of them. There it is again. Next will be invincibility. So now if I run into a triangle, they just disappear, and I need to change that graphic. And those are good for I think 3 seconds right now, but I'll change it. So that's invincibility. And last is the strike. So over here, when you click that button, you're just going to strike through, and basically it makes you invincible with a charge. Whoops, I didn't hit it in time. It makes you jolt forward, and it makes you invincible at the same time. So boom, and I think right now I have it set for 2 seconds of invincibility. I'll change that, but boom, there's your jolt, and none of the bad guys killed me. Worked as advertised. And here's another one. Boom, as advertised. Let's see. Okay, so that's it for the power-ups. They all work the way I want them to, and they show up in the shops and the pause menus to purchase the way I wanted them to as well. May tweak the layouts a little bit, but I don't want to spend too much more time on it now. I want to get levels done. So back to that. Let's see. So first, I'd like to say about the game. I really like, and I can't pause it. Well, I can pause it here. What I really like about this game so far is it's got that feel of like kind of symmetry and kind of like a sandcastle at a beach. That's kind of how I would say it's similar to. So a kid sees a beautiful sandcastle at a beach. What's the kid's first thing they want to do? They want to go stomp on the thing. They want to destroy it. They want to kick it down. That's kind of what this game is like. So here you got this nice, beautiful laid out pattern, and you get to ram into it and just destroy it. But then at the same time, there's some thorns in that sandcastle, so don't get stuck, because the goal of the game is to get as far as you can and get a high score. So you get to destroy stuff, don't get killed, and try to get to the end. And along the way, you can collect coins. You can get the power-ups to make sure you don't get killed. So I kind of like that. I think it's pretty great. My kids seem to love it so far. We'll go with it. So these levels should have seen yesterday. They're kind of basic. And I don't know how I'm going to organize these yet. Right now they all just kind of mix in however they want. I've just been hitting the S key to solo them, and then I can just come over here and hit restart, and then I'll just get the level that I currently have over here to the side, and it'll just keep playing over and over. So that's what I've been doing. And down here you can see I don't have them stacked. They are stacked. I don't have them aligned just yet, but I'll get there eventually. So this, I think you saw yesterday. Kind of basic again. Just don't touch any of the triangle things. Bust through them, get some points. Don't. Now it's a little messier. Okay, you get the idea. So S over here. I think I showed that one yesterday. This one's just multicolored, so I did all 6 colors, and then I'm probably not going to leave it like this. I mean, they're all going to be random, but yellow triangles, purple triangles, orange triangles, blue triangles, green triangles, red triangles, and then multicolored triangles. So I only have 6 colors for triangles, and then I did stage 7 as a multicolor, but it's not going to stay like that. So as soon as you get into this second one, which is really just an arbitrary numbering scheme, you see you got red and purple. And these ones are actually spinning, so that's the unique thing when you get into 2, is that triangles start spinning, and these all have an angular velocity of either 15 for the orange or 20 for the purple, so that they don't all spin at the same rate. And I will solo that one, so you can see they're spinning at different rates. And you might say, well, these are physics items, so if they're physics items, how do they keep spinning like that? Why aren't they slowing down like a physics item should? Because it's, gravity and friction and air drag and all that stuff should be applying to it, unless it's a fixed object. A fixed object will spin the way you're seeing it right here, where they just keep going. Well, actually, the reason that they keep spinning like that, it's an illusion, really. They really are slowing down. It's just there's so little friction in the game, and I tweaked these settings just a little bit more. I put the friction to 2 and the velocity drag to 1.5, and the velocity drag is really what affected this one. So the 1.5 and the 2 there, that's really what's affecting it, to just make it, sorry, I just hit Control S. So that's what's affecting them, to make them appear to be spinning at a constant speed, when in fact they're not. So that was the only way I could really get the the spin look that I wanted, and and not have to sacrifice that. But anyway, so that's that one. Let's see, this one I think was just some more spinny things. Oh, did I make that one spin? Yeah, I did. I slowed it down a little and just made a little pattern there, and used circles a little more on this one, just because I hadn't been using a lot of circles. And circles don't push as well as, I mean, they push is fine. They're round, so they're slippery. Not like a square, like pushing a square into a triangle. You got flat surfaces pushing against each other. These rounder surfaces, they seem to be a little more slippery. This one was kind of interesting. I like this one. So I laid all these out, and then I put another block on top of that, connected them all together with the linker, and then grabbed the block from the top. And I showed this in an earlier video. Then I grabbed the block from the top, and then I just duplicated it across. So this actually was one of the fastest scenes I made. And then this was kind of interesting. So let me play it first so you can kind of see what it's doing here. Let's see, restart. Okay. So these are connected, and you can see it on the screen over here. They're connected, so when I hit them, they stay together. They're still physics items, but they're connected by a finite distance with these lines here, and they're not going to go from those lines. They're going to stay relatively spatially connected like that. So I can get in there, I can start pushing them around, I can play with them. You'd see, when I first did this, I was like, well, this is almost a cheat, because you could almost go forever like this, but I found it's not as easy as you think, and I actually died more often trying to stay inside of that thing than if I would have just gotten out of it and played each level kind of the way it was supposed to be played. So anyway, that's kind of cool. I like that. So I'm going to leave it for now. You know, feedback is important though, so we'll see if people are like, hey, that's a terrible idea. Maybe I'll take it off. This was another interesting one. So all the red ones I linked together with a single line, so they're kind of like daisy chained together, kind of like Christmas lights. I started with this one, linked it to this red one, to this red one, to this red one, to this red one. So all the red triangles are linked together. I can't link back though. I was kind of hoping I could, but then it tells me it'll create a linker cycle. So basically like an infinite loop, I guess is what it's saying it's going to create. But so in this one, the blocks and the characters can pass through these lines, but these lines keep the red ones connected together. And let me restart that. So the red ones keeping the lines connected together. Wow, he just floated right through there. That was pretty cool. Restart. Whoops. Restart. So the red ones, watch this. When the blocks hit the red triangles, they will move, but they all move together because they're all linked together with that string. So even the one on the far left, even though he hasn't been touched by anything, this one over here also gets moved. So I'm not sure how people are going to feel about this because it killed me more times than not. I think it's a kind of a difficult thing, especially if you try to go fast and you get jerky with it. It will mess you up real quick. And yeah, so you can kind of see how that works. I may change it. I like it right now. I think it makes it a little more challenging, but I have a feeling I'm going to get negative feedback on that, so we'll see. And so this one, I started reaching for patterns and designs a little bit. So this is kind of like a key going in a keyhole or something. I don't know. But again, all the triangles kill you. So if you want to try to go get these 300 just based on these 3 little squares, good luck. But nothing special on this level. Solo restart. So you can see that's extremely difficult. But if you can get it, it's worth 300. And I may rethink the monetary value of each of those, because if you're really smart, you just take a 100 point, whoops, I didn't hit it in time, but 100, one of these strikes only cost 100, so you could, can't get it in time, because I'm using a mouse. Can't wait to play this on a mobile device. But strike, push through, you're still going to be, you're still going to be invincible for 2 seconds when you use a strike. So anyway, you could make some points on that, and it's not going to be repeating in the real game. So what did I do here? So this one, originally I'd moved it all the way to the end, and I said, no, this will go way towards the end because I think it's way too hard. And then after watching my kids play it a little bit, I said, it's not too terribly difficult. If you just push into it kind of quick, you can get through this relatively okay. But again, this gives that whole like sandcastle at the beach. I just want to knock something down and have fun. This looks like really somebody took a lot of time setting up these dominoes or whatever, and now I just can't wait to knock them down. I don't know what it is with humans. We just want to destroy stuff. But anyway, let's see what else. Oh, and then really reaching here, I started building a house, and I was like, you know what? That is really super cool. I'm going to put that in the game, and I'm probably going to start doing some more designs like that. You still can't touch any of the triangles, but you got your little grass yard, and then the house and the little red roof. The triangles will still kill you. So I think I'm leaning towards this direction of making more objects, real world objects, that because I think it makes it a little more challenging, a little more confusing to people, because you're like, whoa, wait, that's a house, but oh goodness, I don't know. And then I just killed all enemies. So yeah, that could be kill all enemies. It could be, isn't that just fun? Just love. Who doesn't like destroying stuff? And nobody gets hurt when you destroy this. It's awesome. Yeah, so that's that one. And then bonus round. So I'll talk a minute about this one, and then I'll wrap it up and call it a day, because it's New Year's Eve, and I want to go have a bonfire and do some fireworks. Let's see. Actually, I'll pause that and come over here. So the bonus, we'll go ahead and solo that. And let's see, solo. So come in, and these are just 3 spinning kind of wheels, and I figured just kind of like a break in the game. If somewhere I'm going to put this so it kind of gives the player a break, and if they want to just easily kind of just scooch through here, you know, it's not too hard. It's not too mind-boggling, but if they want, they can go a little bit harder. They can try to get all 3. Maybe I'll change the monetary value of these. I don't know. And the coin value. So we'll see, but it's just kind of an easy spin thing to get through. And this is what I was saying earlier, where I was kind of playing to see how the physics worked. I wanted to see if I could change these into physics items, and you can, but then they act kind of weird, and this was really all I could really come up to do using the linkers. And let's see, where's the alt? So it looks like they're attached to the 100 block here, but they're not. I'll show you what's actually going on here. And I'm going to go into debug mode to show that. What's really going on here is underneath there is a 4x4, oops, Control Z, there's a 4x4 pixel image there that I added as an object down here. Where is he? So right here, you can't see it. I mean, it's 4x4 pixel. It's got 1% transparency on it. So I guess if you looked really closely enough, you would see it, but you can click on it. You can see it there. I've got it set as a fixed platform with an angular velocity of 60. So that's telling it it's going to spin at you know, a rate of 60, whatever velocity, whatever unit of measure that means. I don't know, revolutions per hour or minute or whatever. It doesn't quite seem like 60 per minute. So I don't know what the revolutions thing means. Maybe 60. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so that's how that works as far as the spin. So I got that square spinning, and then from that I linked out to each of the triangles, not the 100 piece, just each of the triangles. And once you attach those to it, then they'll rotate around with it. These are set as enemies, and I had them at, you can do physics or fixed. It just looks kind of weird if you do the physics, because they're not perfectly centered. So that was I don't even know which one that was. It was over here. So this orange one over here looks a little funny, just kind of hanging out there and kind of spinning in a haphazardly. And I wanted it to be a little more symmetrical than that. So I left it as a fixed item. Maybe later I'll do something with some circles or squares, and I'm going to start using spawners and stuff too. I got some ideas for some future levels. And that was about it. And then put the 100 piece in there. I'll turn off debugging mode and turn off the linker. And let me see that again. No, okay. And then once I had that done, it was just obviously making a duplicate of it. So once all those were connected, I could grab that middle piece, and I'll do it again right now just to show you. I can grab that middle piece and hit D, and it just duplicated it, and then I can grab anywhere on there and move it around anywhere I want because of the way that I linked it out. So if I wanted to add another one here, let's see, whoops, there it is, and I just added another one in. I don't know how this is going to work because I think it's going to hit the other ones, and it's just passing through. So if I wanted to make it really ridiculously hard, then that's considerably harder. I mean, I'm not going to mess around and go trying to get those other ones, that's for sure. Yeah, man, whew. Wow, I'm good. Okay, so anyway, that's how easy it is though. And if I want to get rid of it, let's just delete, 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 delete. Put this guy back where he was, put this guy back, he's about where he was, restart it again, and all is good with the world. Yeah, so maybe a little later on in the game I'll make that a lot harder and do a similar one, but much more difficult. Alright, these were my, I haven't got these yet. These were supposed to be I wanted them done by 1430, 1500, and 1600 time. Those were my time stamps that I wanted to get them done by. But then I got sidetracked with the whole getting the shop buttons working right, so those will have to get pushed to tomorrow. Anyway, I don't know what that is. About 15 levels I think I've got done now, so not bad. End of day 5, and I may come back to this evening, but right now I want to get to yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, end of day 5, and it's New Year's Eve, so I want to go have a fire, have some drinks, and hang out with the family. But Happy New Year's to everyone else, and that's it. Thanks.